Hey there guys, welcome to the next video here on the channel. This is going to be kind of a sad video because I'm going to be going over all of the tapes that have been discontinued in the past or are slowly becoming discontinued in the current time here. So I'll be using this flower bracelet to kind of showcase all of the designs here, and I also have a corresponding roll for each of the designs that are on this bracelet here. So starting with the oldest, you have the Baroque tape, Peace tape, Purple Plaid, Baroque, Blue Plaid, Graffiti 1.0, Blue Dot, Dragons, Skulls, Flames, and of course Cosmic Tie-Dye. These are the oldest down here, and we make our way down to the newest as well. So let's get started here. So before we head right into the different rolls, let me say that just because these prints are discontinued doesn't mean that it's 100% impossible to find them. It's probably just 99% impossible to find them. Sometimes you can still find discontinued prints with other people. Like sometimes YouTubers will be able to trade with you if you're trying to find like a really rare print. Also, sometimes you can check wholesale retailers, because occasionally they get shipped the tape after the retailer who originally ordered the tape couldn't sell it, and sometimes that happens. You probably won't be finding a lot of the older tapes like in a wholesaler place, but you might find some of the newer ones. But hey, it's always possible, so it always helps to check. So we'll start with the one, the only, the Rock tape. Now this was an exclusive print to Walmart way back in the day, and I remember on the channel saying that I wasn't really a huge fan of it because all it said was Rock and a whole bunch of different texts and logos like all around the roll. I've really come to love it since it's been discontinued. This kind of design really hasn't been like repeated or tried in any other duct tape roll since, so it's been kind of cool, and it's definitely one of the more rarer prints out there, probably close to the rarest print that Duck brand has made and has been discontinued. From there we'll go to the original Peace tape. Now this has actually been replaced fairly recently with a kind of a tie-dye rainbow piece kind of thing, but this was kind of the original one. It was kind of like a turquoise background. It had a whole bunch of different color peace signs on it. I can't remember if this was exclusive to Walmart or not. I remember seeing it a lot of my local Walmart, but I can't remember if they exclusive had the rights to it. I think I may have seen it in a few other places, but nevertheless it's been discontinued. This one actually lasted a lot longer in stores than the Rock tape did, and somehow another shipment ended up like in local Walmarts and other places, because I remember people getting this probably close to a year ago or a little over that. So that was the original Peace tape. It wasn't really hugely popular, I would say, but it's definitely been discontinued, and it's definitely a pretty cool roll when you look back at the past roll here. Next we'll look at Purple Plaid, which was exclusive to Target when it first came out. This one was kind of cool. It's kind of like a whole bunch of purple bars on it, and also has, at least most of the rolls actually have a green stripe around the top, which was really cool. I remember when this first came out, this was kind of like the first kind of unusual duct tape roll. Like we were used to a whole bunch of cool prints at that time, but when this came out at Target, everyone was kind of like, whoa. I mean, it was kind of just like way out there. Target was the only place you could get it, and there was a lot of questions whether it was kind of like an official roll or anything. It said Duck brand and everything on it, but it was kind of like just I don't know, it just kind of thrown out there to Target, and it was only available there. So this kind of paved the way for a lot of other great prints that would come in the future. So that's Purple Plaid. It was exclusive to Target, and it's definitely up there with one of the rarer prints, probably really close to Rock tape in rarity, but you might be able to still get it at some places if if you're still looking for it. This next fancy design, which is a black and white design, is called Baroque, and this one was also exclusive to Target. For a while it was available on Target.com after it had kind of disappeared from stores, and you could also check on Target.com like if it was available at a certain store or not. But now it's been pretty much been totally discontinued. They were moving the old stock of it off on Target.com a while back, and now you can't even find it on there as well. It's definitely a very elegant style pattern. This was probably at the time when it came out the most elegant fancy style pattern of duct tape that had hit the market. So it was definitely really cool, and of course that was exclusive to Target. Like I said before, you might be able to find it at wholesalers. It's been a while, but it always pays to check. Next one was called Blue Plaid. Now this one pretty much replaced the Purple Plaid here at Target. This was kind of their replacement exclusive roll. And as you can see, it's a lot busier than the Purple Plaid. It's got a whole bunch of different designs going back and forth on it. This one was a lot of fun to make designs out of because since it had so many different lines and squares and lines going through it, it created a cool pattern on anything that you would put it on, like a wallet or a painting or anything like that. So this was also exclusive to Target, like I said, and it was available on Target.com. I don't think it is anymore, but it's definitely been discontinued, and we probably won't be seeing it too often anymore. The next one is really just called Graffiti tape. I typically refer to it as Graffiti 1.0 because the new one is called Graffiti 2.0. And I don't think there was any official word on this one being discontinued, but I haven't seen it in Target in a long time. And since the Graffiti 2.0 has come out, I think it's fairly obvious that, you know, it's been discontinued at this point. But it was available at Target. It was also an exclusive to Target. And it's a very cool design. It actually forms kind of like a block pattern when you apply all the strips together, kind of like a giant window, if you will. And it's a really cool. None of the other tapes do that. Graffiti and Graffiti 2.0 are the only two tapes that kind of form a square pattern when you apply the strips up and down, which was really cool. So it was exclusive to Target. Like I said, you might be able to find it in other wholesalers if you're trying to find Graffiti 1.0 here. Next one is Blue Dot. We typically call this Blue Dot even though it's got white polka dots on a blue background. It was only at Target for a while. I'm pretty sure that Target was the only place that stocked it and they had it specially made for them, but it is pretty similar to the Michaels print, kind of the pink with a white polka dot here. A little similar to that, but it was available on Target.com for a long time. Sometimes it was in stores. You could go on Target.com to see if, you know, which stores had it, a few rolls like left in stock, but it soon disappeared from there, and I don't think I've seen it on there since. So pretty safe to assume that Blue Dot has been discontinued as well. And now we come to the 4 new prints that have actually been very recently discontinued. You're probably starting to see these prints disappear from your local stores, like your local Walmarts, Joann's Fabrics, AC Moore, Michael's Arts and Crafts store. Those 4 prints are Dragons, Skulls and Crossbones, or just Skulls it's typically called, Flames, and Cosmic Tie-Dye. So, of course, these are probably the most popular. These have been around for a decently long period of time. I remember when Flames came out and Cosmic Tie-Dye, those were actually before these 2 came out. And I don't think we ever really expected these 4 to really disappear, but sadly they are being discontinued and being made put aside for other new prints coming out. So if you guys are trying to find these should be the easiest 4 to find out of all the other prints because they're just recently being done away with. So I would definitely check online. You can probably also check your local retailers, like I said, Joann's Fabrics, Michael's Arts and Crafts store, AC Moore. They probably have a decent amount of them still in stock and they're just trying to move them out. So if you're trying to find these 4 prints, definitely the easiest to find out of all the ones I just showed you. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video on, taking a look at the tapes from the past. I hope it wasn't too sad for you guys, especially if you started making things out of duct tape after a lot of these prints had come and gone. Like I said before, always check your local retailers and especially your wholesale retailers because you never know when some of these prints will pop up. I actually heard of people getting rock tape about a year ago at local wholesalers, and it's been a long time since rock tape had been officially on the store shelves. So always check your local wholesalers. You might see a whole bunch of these prints pop up at any given time, so it always pays to check. So catch you guys next time on the channel. Thanks for watching.